stepped on an IED, and it resulted in a bilateral amputation above the knee, so a double leg amputation, pretty much immediately. I mean, I came out of induced coma a week later, and both legs have been amputated. They were never amputated further, so I never had to go through any sort of process of trying to keep a limb. I was just, this is what I had, and from that point forward, it was a matter of trying to make sure that there were no infections, but then get ready for physical therapy, because that's where the rubber will meet the road, to see what kind of life I could still have. So I put all my effort into physical therapy for 2 years.
I drove over a pressure plate in our vehicle, and the IED went off directly below my right foot. I was sitting over the back right tire of the vehicle, and so it was set up to go off right in front of the tire and hit whoever was sitting in that seat, and just instantly threw the vehicle into the air. It nose wheelied quite a distance down the road. The rear axle of the vehicle got completely separated, and I mean, it was just a mess inside. And I remember thinking back during the explosion, like actually how cool it kind of is that things really do go in slow-mo, like in the movies when you're in an explosion. It all just kind of just, I felt like time was almost standing still, and when we crashed back down to the ground, everything went back to real time, and I was like, holy crap, that was an amazing ride. Like at this point, I didn't even realize I was injured yet.
So I was on foot when a vehicle rolled over a pressure plate initiated improvised explosive device, and caused some damage to my spine, and also shrapnel wounds through my legs, into my face, and still have it in my ribs because it came right through here.
So you set off metal detectors?
I do. It's fun.
We flew Nate out from the East Coast, and we surfed with him for a long weekend, going through different designs of our adaptive boards. But without further ado, this is Nate's board, and just his dad was a carpenter, right? So it's very important for Nate to have a wood look, right? So it signifies, you know, him and his dad.
Case in the board would be more beneficial to him. We moved the fins up in the board just to get more response out of it. Some of the other things we did was we thinned the rails out to also give the board a little bit more response, so it'll kind of perform a little bit better for him when he's riding it. Nate will not only be able to ride this board prone, but he'll also be able to get to his knees and ride it that way. We have inserts installed, so we can put handles on the board for Nate if he would prefer, and then we can add traction if he would like to have something under his knees when he's on the board.
Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory.